Okay, so clause 5 in the Act brings us a relief duty. So whereas a prevention duty was the initial duty owed to all people, eligible people who are threatened with homelessness, the relief duty is the initial duty owed to all eligible people who are actually homeless. Like the prevention duty, it will take effect for a period of up to 56 days. And like the prevention duty, the local authority will be delivering advice and assistance in the form of a personalised housing plan, and they'll be taking reasonable steps to help the applicant secure accommodation. We're looking to help them secure accommodation where there's a reasonable prospect of them remaining for at least 6 months. And if we can do that, we will meet our duty to relieve homelessness. And again, the duty was going to take effect on every single person, every single individual or household who approaches us, and we know that they're eligible and we know that they're homeless. We'll have a duty to take steps to relieve that homelessness situation.
Okay, so what do you need to do about the relief duty? Obviously, the more prevention you can do, the less relief you'll have to do. But obviously, you won't be able to prevent homelessness in every case. So really, this is actually looking at how you can resolve that homelessness, and not just for priority need cases, for single non-priority as well. So that is an area where you may need to look at actually, you're going to need to do more than you are at the moment. What are those reasonable steps that you're going to take to help secure accommodation? Particularly, what are the reasonable steps you're going to be taking for single homeless people under 35s, for example, where it's going to be challenging to find options. So the reasonable steps here, obviously, when you're looking at prevention, you're first, in most cases, obviously, unless there's a risk of violence, for example, you're going to be looking at ways to keep them in their property, and if that doesn't work, to help them secure alternative accommodation. Once it gets to the relief stage, prevention has not succeeded, so you are looking at helping secure accommodation for them. So the private rented sector, obviously looking at private rented sector scheme, how can you boost that? How can you get access to more properties? Obviously it's a very, very tough market in London and the South East, but I think the rents are starting possibly to come down a little bit maybe. Hopefully, it might get a little bit easier, he says optimistically. But clearly, the private rented sector is a key area, and it's joint working with partners again. Your registered provider partners, supported housing providers, and your commissioners. Rebecca spoke about the review of supported housing. Clearly, this is a key area to kind of try and maximise the services available, and again looking at specialist advice services, particularly around say options for pathways for people who have particular needs, whether it's mental health, whether it's domestic abuse, etc.